I want to share something with you that's really, really brutally honest and hard to talk about, and there's a good chance people won't want to hear it, or that I'll hear a lot of judgment for saying this. But it's real, and it needs to be said. There's this notion inside of being a high performer, whether that's coaching, leadership, running a business, being a person of high influence, like athletes, performers, movie stars, celebrities, social media influencers, that they're these really positive people. They bring joy and laughter and light and hope to the world, which is true, yes. When life is hard, though, and things aren't perfect, and it's not pretty, there's like this, on one side of it, if they talk about it, people are thankful that they talked about it. But on the larger, grander scale, on the other side, they can get extremely shamed for it. Because it's not cool. It's not the thing to do. It's an element of vulnerability that's not acceptable to society. And so they stay in hiding. Why talk about it when that's not what we're supposed to do? And so they don't. Some of these people that we're idolizing are sitting in the darkest pits of misery and putting on a face for us. And I know that they do that because people like Robin Williams or Twitch or, a myriad of other people who commit suicide, and it's shocking to the world. Even to the people closest to them, the people who live with them, are surprised. How did I not see it? How did I not know they were hurting? What led to it? What could I have done different? And I am nowhere, personally, I am nowhere even close, like not even a smidgen of a fraction of the level of influence that they were at, or having created a legacy around any of it the way that they did, that still we talk about now. But sometimes as I'm working on showing up and sharing my message with the world and leaning into my purpose, I feel it. And I wonder if and when I get there, will I be able to handle it? The pressure of it? The reality that going through really, really difficult things that suck the oxygen out of your body, if I'm not handling it well, if I'm not eloquent in my ability to execute in the middle of the mess, if people aren't amazed by how strong I am, will I be okay? I think about how many times in my current circumstances I've picked up my phone and wanted to reach out to somebody, and my brain immediately gets flooded with, don't be that person. You don't want to mess up their energy. You're stronger than this. Put on a brave face. No one needs to know. You'll figure it out. So I close out the message and muster through it myself. Where when really I'm dying inside, somebody asks me for something and I just message back, yeah, sure. And they're like, thank you so much, you're the best. You got it. Or last week, when I'm pretty sure I spent my entire therapy session crying. And even then, for the rest of the week, I just couldn't take it. And by Saturday, absolutely everybody on the planet was so annoying to me. Like, inside of messages, I wasn't responding well, or I was just simply ignoring it. People are reaching out to me, asking me for things, wanting to know why I haven't implemented certain aspects of my business. If I'm going to show up, when I'm going to do a video, or, hey, you're getting on that call, right? We need you. So I kept going and showing up, and by Saturday I was like, man, the people that are just here to try to help me, I want to tell them off. I need to disconnect. And my kids are going through hard things too. And they're children, they don't understand. If I can't regulate myself, how do I expect them when they don't know all of the why behind everything? And they don't have the skills or the techniques, they don't have the emotional development, the mental capacity to effectively navigate these waters. And because I am so dysregulated, I'm not helping them. I'm probably, if anything, making it worse. So I tried to disconnect, I tried shutting my data off, but I kept finding myself going, oh, but you need to earn income. You need to stay present. Or you're not going to make that difference. People are going to go to somebody else. You just got to push through. And by Monday, by yesterday, because it's Tuesday right now, I couldn't take it. Like, the dysfunction inside of my house was so strong and so high, and my whole entire central nervous system is shot. And I cried last night while my kids were trying to go to bed. And I fell apart completely. And I felt like I couldn't say anything to anyone. And the thoughts going through my head were, even though I'm not to this point and I hope I never get there, but I'm aware of it, and I think that makes a big difference. But this is why so many moms, so many people in the spotlight, so many influencers, and people, idols in the world, this is why they hide their pain, and one day the darkness takes over, and then everybody's shocked. Because we didn't leave room to be human. And it's so real and so prevalent and so heavily ingrained in society that I took a 23-minute video and put it into an AI software that clips it up into short reels. And the AI only found all the most positive things, gave me a synopsis of why it chose it, about the message that I was sending to people of inspiration and hope. But it chopped out all of the vulnerable pieces where I was really weak and struggling. It took out all the pieces of my story that didn't look cool and included maybe like 5 seconds of a 23-minute video. And the rest of it was just, how do we help her look positive and uplifting to the world? From an AI software. Because isn't that what people want? To not see when someone's hurting, to not see when they're real, because that's what we want to move away from. We want to be like them, so that's all they should show. But really, I think at the core of many of us, what we wish but yet we don't execute on is the realness. Where is there somebody like me who wonders if they're failing, who doesn't have it all together all the time, who breaks down and falls apart? Where is there space to take time for me? Where in the mental health and emotional well-being and leadership conversations is there room for the real? For reality, when we're moving through how do we find people we trust that we can be vulnerable with without being the one who's negative Nancy? Or the doomsday person or whatever. Why do we wish that there were people like us who have real lives and real emotions and real challenges? Why do we wonder where they are when none of them feel safe talking about it? Oh, I wish I was as positive as she was. I wish I was as strong as he is. I wish I was as disciplined as that person. If only I could view my life circumstances, my reality, in a healthier way. They don't understand how hard it is. They've probably never been through it like I have. Well, let me tell you, they have. They don't share it. Because it's not cool. Because nobody wants to hear that. But I do. You know what helps me is knowing that there are people like me. When somebody shares a piece of what it's really like, and that they're just trying to figure out how to show up. That some days it sucks and they don't. When I had to remember to take time for me, that I'm paying a babysitter 4 hours a day, doesn't mean I have to be work, income producing activity. That income producing is also this. It's also stepping away so that I can extract the noise to make room to hear the messages. That's part of it too. And I don't know that I have a positive spin right now, other than take time for you, step away, cut out the noise. That's productive more than sending emails sometimes. Because if we lose ourselves, we just become a cut and paste copy of everybody else, just out there hustling for $1. And we forget who we are, why we're here, who we serve. we start to suffocate. And I choose to believe in a God who doesn't want us to suffocate. He stretches us and he forces us to grow and he forces us to lean on him. Yes, absolutely. But sometimes he also wants to bring us back to ourselves. So I hope that you remember to be gracious with yourself, to be kinder with others, to make room for more by letting go and having less. Stop trying to hustle all the time. Remember to breathe. And if the darkness starts taking over and you start thinking, this is why people end up like this, take a step back. Because you can't make a difference if you're not even here.